Hey, what's up? I'm Justin. I'm an artist, writer and occasional Gundam pilot. In this video I'm going to do a sort of a mini review of this XP Pen display tablet and compare it to the iPad Pro. So if you're in the middle of researching either of these display tablets, you've probably already seen several reviews. So I'm going to try not to go over the same things so we can skip specs and technical details, and we can concentrate on a few key areas where the XP Pen 13.3 Pro really excels in comparison to the iPad Pro, and vice versa. One of the features that sets both these displays apart from their competitors is their screens. The XP Pen's laminated screen has a matte non-glare finish, which adds a bit of texture, just a little bit of texture, makes it feel a bit more like paper when you draw on it. The iPad in comparison feels like you're drawing on glass. For me, the iPad Pro's smooth screen makes pen travel a bit too quick. The texture on the XP Pen adds the smallest amount of friction, which feels much more like traditional drawing. Right, so both screens almost have no parallax, which means there's almost no perceptible gap between the pen tip and the brushstroke. The newer iPads have a mini LED screen, which I've used and is very colourful and vibrant, but it's only marginally better than this IPS LCD screen. Both screens actually look really good to me, but I think the textured feel on the XP Pen feels closer to traditional drawing, which wins this round for me. But mini LED on the new one means probably a draw. There's no comparison here. The iPad wins hands down. The iPad requires no wires if fully charged. The XP Pen, on the other hand, requires a few wires, which makes it a bit cumbersome. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not iPad level. You could definitely still use the XP Pen in a portable setup, but it would be a bit of a messy setup, so the winner is the iPad. Okay, this is the XP Pen pen. I don't know if that's the official name, and it feels very good because it's very familiar. This here is the Wacom Pen, and it looks just the same. The XP Pen probably feels a little less premium, but once you're drawing with it, you won't notice. One downside to the XP Pen and Wacom pens are that they use these changeable nibs, and these nibs wear with use. Change them regularly. You can find the nibs in the base of the pen holders, both Wacom and XP Pen. Don't be like me and let it wear down to a sharp edge and scratch your £2,500 Cintiq. So this is the Apple Pen 2. It's thinner, has a chamfered edge, which is a magnetic side that attaches to the top of the iPad when charging. It's really such a nice design. Definitely the best pen for a display on the market. It has a rubber tip to help with a bit of friction when drawing, but it's nowhere near the same level of texture as on the XP Pen display. So let's talk pros and cons of the Apple Pen. The Apple Pen is thin, it has a good weight to it, and it glides nicely on the screen. The bad is that you have to charge it. So one day you will run out of charge. It's inevitable. It will happen at some point to every iPad owner. Most. XP Pen and Wacom Pen don't need charging. So this round probably goes to the XP Pen. So which is the winner? I think this comes down to OS preference. So it boils down to iOS versus Windows or macOS. If you need window apps like I do, then you need to take that into consideration when you make your decision. I need the Adobe suite. There aren't equivalent apps on iOS at the same level. Procreate is on the same level as Photoshop for drawing, but for photo and image editing, it's nowhere near. In which case you then have no choice. The XP Pen would be the better choice. Now, if you could get the macOS on the iPad, oof, what a combination. Apple is slowly getting iPad OS close to being on par with macOS, but at the moment it's just not there. So I can't yet drop the desktop for the iPad. So who wins? Well, if you don't need Adobe and you can use iPad OS alternatives, then the iPad wins. It's such a powerful tool in a small form factor, combined with the Apple design and build, as well as the Apple ecosystem, makes the iPad a really formidable content creating tool for your business. Done. Right, let me know in the comments if you're getting an iPad or a pen display like the XP Pen. And as always, likes if you like what you saw, and subs if you want to see what I do next.